hope you are doing so great today. This is Nikki here with At Work with Nikki, and you know what I'm here to share with you today? I'm here to share my Working Girls Survival Kit. Now, this is a kit that I've had for several years now. When I was a manager, I put this kit together for my team. It's kind of just a helpful little kit when things go around the office that someone gets a paper cut and someone runs their stockings, or just to kind of accommodate all those little mishaps that might happen at work. So I put this little kit together, and I had it somewhere in my office where everyone could easily access it, and then they didn't have to come ask for this and ask for that. Everyone knew where it was. It's such a convenient organizational tool to have in the workplace, because you never think about these kind of things until you need it. You know, you get to work and you find out, oh, I popped a button. You need a safety pin. All those little things. So instead of taking away from work time, having to ask everyone, do you have a safety pin and this and that, everyone always knew they could come here and get anything that they basically needed. And so what I want to do today is I want to take you on a tour of it and show you kind of everything I had in the kit. Like I said, this is the one I had, and I've had this thing for so many years I can't even tell you where I got it from. But I see them all the time in the makeup section in Target and Walmart and places like that, and you can probably go to Ulta and things like that and get it. But it's just a makeup case, but it works so great because if you have file cabinets, it easily fits down in a file cabinet. So like in the bottom file cabinet that you usually just store, you know, random things, I would keep it down there, and then my team knew they can come in there and get it. And then also in your office desk, when your desk, it fits so nicely into like your bottom desk. So I like the square shape of it, and it worked really well for me. Now, you do not have to invest in something like this. I don't even remember how much I paid for it. But if you want to go a less expensive route, go to the dollar store, and they have these little caddies all day long. And you could even put something together like a survival kit with one of these little caddies, and then put it in your desk. And there you go. You can even do this for your team for gifts. You know, this is a great holiday gift. Make everyone a little personal survival kit. Wrap it in some cell wrap and give it to your team as a little gift. You know, even if you're not a manager and you're just going to work in your office and you want to make one for you, this is great just to have for you. I've always had one just for me anyway, but then when I got into management, I said, okay, let me just make one for the entire team. So, and also if you're a manager, this is a great thing to do as a team building activity at one of your team meetings or something like that. Start out and say, hey, we're going to put together a team survival kit. So what are some things that you guys think that we would need? And then as a team, come up with a list and put it together. And it's kind of a fun, just a team activity to do. So it kind of worked out well for me and my team. So I definitely wanted to pass this on and share it. So I'm going to turn the camera around. I'm going to take you for a tour on the inside of this, because I've had this thing like this for so long, and it's actually been overseas with me and everything. But now I decided that I'm going to actually, because I stay at home now, I'm going to actually put it in my car so that I can use it if I'm out and about and I need a Band-Aid or need this or that. I have a survival kit in my car. So I'm just going to use it in my car for now, since I don't have an office to go to. So I hope you will enjoy. If you have any questions, please let me know. If you have any suggestions, please leave them in the comments below. Also, I'd like to tell you that if you're not familiar, I have another channel at Home with Nikki, where I share home organizational, home decor, home entertaining, crafting, all kinds of videos and tutorials. And so if you have not checked out that channel, please go there, At Home with Nikki. I'll put the link to that channel below. And so this is my sister channel that I just recently kicked off, and I'm totally enjoying, where I'm going to share more work-related items and technical items and technology that I love and things that work for me. Not that I'm a professional or anything, but I love just sharing what works for me. And all the little tidbits that I learned from being out into the workplace, I learned from just all the different jobs that I've had, the things that I know from YouTube and that I'm learning as far as being on YouTube, and I want to share those to other YouTubers. So it's just basically a good networking channel as far as things that have a relation to do with work. I'll also be doing some home decor and organization on this channel. Not home, but work decor. I don't want to say home. I gotta learn to split from At Home with Nikki and At Work with Nikki. It's everything's still new to me, so I'm working on that part of it. But basically, however At Home with Nikki is set up, At Work with Nikki is going to be kind of the same setup, but having to do with work. So I hope you will enjoy. Let's get into this working girl survival kit. And if you decide to put one together for your workplace, please let me know. And let me just also say this. You don't necessarily, I know I said because I worked in an office, but even if you don't work in an office and you have a different type of work environment, you can still set up a kit like this. Even if you're a cashier, you can put it under the cash, under your thing in the cash register or in the break room, have one for the team in the break room. So any work environment can incorporate this kind of system, organizational system for those kinds of things, and put it somewhere in your workplace to help be convenient. And again, to managers, it does help save time because, when mishaps happen, people are not having to kind of go around and try to find this and find that, and it kind of takes away your time management, and it's just, you don't have to deal with it. And I think that people appreciate having this in the office. So let me stop rambling and get into it. So I hope you will enjoy. Okay, before I actually get into the kit and showing you the kit, I want to kind of talk with you about something that's very important. Now, when you do things like this, you're doing them with good intentions, but you also want to have your business smarts on you when you are doing anything that involves coworkers or in the workplace. So one, I would caution you from putting any medications in your kit. Although we can think that these are helpful because, people get headaches or people have colds and need cold medicine, stay away from it totally. I would not put that in there. You don't want anyone taking any cold medicine, going out there for lunch and having an accident and having that kind of liability, or taking something orally and having some type of reaction. Just don't go down that road. I just highly recommend that you don't do that. Also, no mouthwash. Some contents of some mouthwashes can be a little questionable, so I would not even put myself in that situation. Again, anything that they would have to digest or put into their mouth, I would not stay away from, like mouthwashes and medicines and things like that. So that's just a caution that I want to put out there. Also, another thing that I want to say is I highly recommend putting a list together first of all the things that you want to put in your kit. Email that list or send that list to your human resources department. Let them know what you're doing and that you want them to review the list and make sure everything that you're putting in here goes along with company policy, and that you're not, doing anything inappropriate. And the other thing, let me say, I would recommend not putting in here that I wanted to say earlier is I wouldn't put anything like feminine products in there. Although putting this together, you would think in good intentions that would be something that, could come up that would be helpful to have into the kit. But no, because you don't want to offend anyone. It's okay for me to see it, but, if you have male co-workers or things like that, they may get offended by seeing feminine products when they open the kit and having to, go through that. So you just, in the workplace, these kind of things are just highly sensitive. So to cover yourself, just get your list together, simply email it to Human Resources, let them know, and then you don't have to worry about this. Now, another thing that I want to say before I go into the kit is that this is a working girl survival kit. It works perfect in the workplace. It always has for me. Now, you don't have to just have it in the workplace. Again, if you're a mom that stays at home, or if you're a student or anything like that, you can still put a kit like this together, and like I'm doing, and putting it in the car, so that when you're out and about and, anything happens, or you're traveling and something happens, this stays in your trunk and you always have it and you're good to go. So, even though I said working girl, this can be used in your personal life also. So I just wanted to put that out there, so that possibly could be helpful for someone who's looking at to putting this together. So then that's all I have to say about that. So let's get started in the kit. Okay, this is the kit opened up, and as I said, I'm going to be putting this in my car, so I freshened it up because I've had it a couple years. It was kind of in a corner in my closet, and I said, this would be great to put in my car since I'm not working now. Now, if you're putting it in the office, of course, I call this the Working Girl Survivals Kit, but, you want to kind of not be gender specific when you put it in the office, and just call it kind of like the Team Survival Kit or the Working Survival Kit. So let's go into the kit. I have two sections on the top, and then they fold down in when you go to close the case, and then I have the section in the center. And basically what I do is I have them broken down into categories. So I have them 4 categories in the bottom, and then 6 categories, kind of 6 different items basically on the side. So, it all fits in there compact. It's really neat. I got the bags from actually AC Moore. They were like $1.25, and so I'm going to take you into those little bags, and the other ones came from Michael's. Now, the first set of bags here are basically, I have here my first aid bag, and it's just a little cute little bag to fit just what you need. Band-aids are important in the workspace because sometimes you get paper cuts, working with papers all the time, and, this mishaps happen. So I have different size Band-aids here, along with a little bit of scar cream, put in there also. And then the little pads for your heels. Because a lot of times, at work, you're dressed up and you're wearing heels. And in my case, when I worked in the office, we did a lot of field visits and things like that. So, of course, the back of that heel gets rubbed and sore and everything. So now your staff and your coworkers can come here and get a little pad to put on the back heel so that they don't have to go through pain during the day. So just cute little things. I do want to put up some packets of alcohol pads in here. I didn't have any of those, and I need to still put those on my list to get. And some alcohol pads would be great in there to put into your first aid kit. So very simple, very easy. And the next thing is cotton pads. Of course, cotton pads so that they can use them for other items that you'll see in the kit down the road. And then Q-tips, of course, again, for different items, again, that you'll see that they may need when using in the office there. So real easy, real simple. And these are basically just kind of the first aid and the little things that we need on an everyday basis, just nothing. These are, you guys know these products. It's nothing special. But again, having it all together will save time in the workplace of people walking around. Do you have? Don't have to worry about it. Now, the second set of kits here, we have the sewing kit, a jewelry kit, and pins. And the pins are just basically safety pins because, somehow there's always a mishap where you lose a button and you need a safety pin for your shirt or for your pants or anything like that. I have a bag of these with different size safety pins in them. A sewing kit, which you can get sewing kits from Target or Walmart, very inexpensive in case, someone splits their pants and need to sew up their pants really quick or their shirt has a rip, just kind of keep a sewing kit on hand. And then lastly, a jewelry kit. Sometimes at work you lose the back to that earring. I have a bag of earring backs here and also some clear plastic bags because sometimes at work, you may have a mishap with your jewelry where maybe a diamond is loose or falls out or you don't want to wear the ring because you don't want to lose it. You can put it in a bag. You can put it in your purse. That way you can keep up with it. So it's just nice to compliment to have little bags. So in case anyone needs to bag any of their little jewelry to put in their purse while they're at work. So now let's go into the bottom of the case. Now I have these in 4 different categories. And the 4 different categories are, I have a bag that basically goes under oral care. So just anything doing with oral care. I have one for body, anything having to do with the body, and hands is the next one, and clothing is the last one. These simple linen bags, they're great. And then here with the oral care, it's very simple. You have some Altoids here in case, after lunch, anyone, they have a meeting and they ate onions for lunch, they can quickly come here, get an Altoid, and they're good to go. And then some disposable toothbrushes, if anyone needs to brush their teeth at work, like, a lot of times, you have meetings or anything like that, but then after lunch you have more meetings, you can kind of freshen up a little bit, along with some floss, of course. You can see how that can come up and be needed in the office also, because it's just helping, kind of when you have those things that you need to kind of freshen up and do things like that or something special. It's not for everyday use. It's just when mishaps happen and, they can run to this kit and they're okay. So that is everything that's in the oral care bag. And again, if you think of anything that I'm showing you today that I didn't put in here, please put it in the comments below. Now we're going into the body bag. Now with the body bag, I have a little sunscreen here because I found in the office that I worked in, we did a lot of home visits out in the sun all day and things like that. So this will come in handy for a lot of folks. So just having a little sun cream on hand along with deodorant. Sometimes people come to the office and they're like, oh, I forgot to put my deodorant on. So having a little mini in travel size is great for this kit. Having a little travel size spray deodorant. Now you notice I do have kind of a man, deodorant here, and that's because they don't sell the aerosol or spray deodorants in women. I have not seen them. If you guys have seen them, let me know. And so to me, just any deodorant is fine, even if it's a male. Just, when you have mishaps, you just have them. You need what you need. And so lotion, of course, you're working on the computer, your hands get dry or things like that. They can, have lotion on hand along with some hairspray. And these are all travel size, so it's very inexpensive. But to have some hairspray in case they have to kind of clean up for a meeting or, they have a stocking that has a run and, just kind of to help with those little freshen up mishap kind of things. Now the hands bag, now in this bag, this is kind of everything having to do with the hands. Now I have some fingernail polish remover here because if you get a nail, someone, you chip your nail polish or something like that, and again, you're having to go out in the public or things like that, you don't want to go around looking like that all day. You can kind of clean that up, along with some files, some disposable files in case you're working on a computer. These kind of things happen where you need to file your nails. Of course, you guys totally know why hand sanitizer is a must in your survival kit, along with fingernail polish. Now, the clear fingernail polish can be multifunctional, like with stockings and things like that, but also I like to put a neutral fingernail polish in there, just in case at lunchtime anybody wants to paint their nails or anything like that, and they have a meeting to go to, and they want to kind of look nice, and they didn't have time the night before, and they want to spend their lunch doing that, they can do that, along with some cuticle cream, because a lot of times when you're working with a lot of papers, your cuticles are just, horrendous. And so having a little cuticle gel in there, they can rub a little bit of cuticle gel in there, and they don't have to kind of go through that pain during the day. Along with a manicure kit, I just have some clippers, and I love putting some tweezers in there in case of splinters and things like that, but just thrown in there. But you can get little manicure kits at Target and things like that, places like that. And then the other one is a clothing bag. Now the clothing bag is basically things that kind of help with the clothes. Like, you ever come to work and you're wrinkled, and so here's some wrinkle release that you can just spray on your clothes, and that way, you don't have to go through work looking wrinkled all day. Along with some little packets of eyeglass cleaners here. So if anybody in the office, kind of needs to clean their glasses, we have some little eyeglass cleaners here. And of course, I don't have to talk about Shout on-the-go wipes, having those spills and things. And this way your staff is kind of, if they have a mishap, they don't have to go through the day looking kind of tore up, for lack of a better word to say. And then, of course, a little lint spool here, and I'm telling you, that definitely comes in handy, because I've had days when I go to work and I'm like wearing black and I didn't realize I had so much lint on me. I can use it then. So I hope you found all of these tips helpful in the kit, and I hope that you will put your own kit together. And if you have any questions, please let me know.